Hello everybody, my name is Brooks Wallace and I'm reporting on the effects of social media on teen socialization. Contrary to popular belief, the consistent use of social media does not necessarily mean your social skills or personality will be negatively affected. Many people believe that millennials and Generation Z are doomed socially because we interact so heavily online. Consequently, we are viewed as turtles stuck within the shell of our cell phones and computers, incapable of holding a meaningful face-to-face conversation. This is actually not the case for most of our generation. In order to support my report, I used a dissertation written by Dana Michelle Boyd. Dana Michelle Boyd has a bachelor from Brown University and a master's from MIT. This information is from a dissertation submitted in partial satisfaction of the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Information Management Systems from University of California, Berkeley. The audience for this study is centered around academics and college students like myself, but not limited. Anyone from the public may take interest in the information as well due to the relevance of this topic in our society. Now, the author wrote this dissertation for the purpose of analyzing American teenagers' behavior in relation to social network sites and emergent forms of social media. The author analyzes everything from the beginnings of social media to the teenager up to the role in which the parents play. She begins by mentioning ethnography and the evolution of adolescence over history. Teenagers are simply viewed and treated differently than in the past. Boyd then went on to explain the rise of social network sites, how teenagers create an identity within them, and also develop relationships through them. The dissertation focuses on three primary factors, which are self-presentation, peer sociality, and negotiating adult society. While teenagers leverage social network sites to engage in common practices, the teen's engagement also reconfigures the technology itself. It is as if one cannot exist without the other. The next thing that I used was a report written by Gwen Skirgen O'Keefe and Kathleen Clark Pearson. Both are pediatricians who wrote this report dedicated to the health of all children from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The audience for this report is most likely going to be parents and the public, as well as some academics like myself. This was published for informational purposes to help families. The report is relevant to my topic because the authors elaborate on socialization and communication as benefits of social media, and my study is about the effects of social media use on socialization. This is a clinical report to illustrate the impact social media has on children, adolescents, and families. The authors of this report are pediatricians, like I mentioned, who set out to inform families, specifically parents, about the effects of social media use and how to monitor potential problems. A large part of this generation's social and emotional development is occurring while on the internet or using a cell phone. The authors begin with the benefits of social media use, such as socialization and communication, for example. They then move on to the risks of youth using social media, such as harassment and inappropriate content. Finally, there's a lack of privacy in this digital age, which leads to the risks of one's digital footprint being leaked. The role of the pediatricians in this report is to help families stay safe online. The internet and social media are so vast that online is a whole other reality in itself. Therefore, it is helpful to have doctors navigate some of these effects. The authors concluded that they themselves play an important role in warning parents about their children's internet usage and how it can potentially harm their health. Now, the theories that I used to support my report is the framing theory and the uses and gratification theory. Now, social media is a frame within itself through which people examine, interpret, and emphasize an aspect of reality. There are natural and social frameworks. Social media is a social framework as it views events as socially driven occurrences. Social media is a frame through which people are able to portray themselves and where other people get a glimpse into their reality. Social media is often used for a purpose, whether or not one will admit it. Initially, it began as a way to connect people and share information, but has become an avenue for people to expose their reality in an effort to impress people. As I said, the media is often used for a purpose. Uses and gratification theory seeks to understand why people seek out the media that they do and what they use it for. Uses and gratification theory differs from other media effect theories in that it assumes that individuals have power over their media usage, rather than positioning individuals as passive consumers of media. Uses and gratification theory also explores how individuals deliberately seek out media to fulfill certain needs or goals, such as entertainment, relaxation, or socializing. In this case, young kids and adults use Instagram, for example, possibly for the purpose of influencing or impressing their followers. Now, according to Jingjing Yang, nearly half of US teens stated that they are online almost constantly, much of which is directed to social media. These highly plugged-in youth, however, are just as likely as their less connected peers to socialize regularly with their friends in person, according to a new analysis of Pew Research Center survey data. Amid concerns that screen time is eliminating the opportunity for teens to socialize with their peers in person, according to the analysis by Pew Research Center, highly connected teens report more contact with their friends compared with other teens. This statement is considering both online and offline interactions as well. Now, social media sites allow teens to accomplish online many of the tasks that are important to them offline, such as staying connected with friends and family, making new friends, sharing pictures, and exchanging ideas. Social media participation can also offer adolescents deeper benefits that extend into their view of self, community, and the world. For example, first, opportunities for community engagement through raising money for charity and volunteering for local events, or enhancement of individual and collective creativity through development and sharing of artistic and musical endeavors, or third, growth of ideas from the creation of blogs, podcasts, videos, and gaming sites. Number 4, expansion of one's online connections through shared interests to include others from more diverse backgrounds. Lastly, fostering of one's individual identity and unique social skills. Peer relations have been and continue to be key organizing features of teen life. The popularity of social network sites and other networked publics in contemporary teen culture is intrinsically connected with teens' desire to socialize with their peers. Because of how they are structured, social network sites have the potential to connect new people, allowing teens to socialize with those with whom they do not share geographic proximity. While the technology makes this possible, this is not normative. That said, teens do leverage the ability to enhance connections with those they already know, including those they do not know that well. In this way, social network sites alter the social relations that are realized in teens' lives. According to a media piece by Amanda Lenhart, nearly 2/3 of teens who have made a new friend online say they have met new friends on a social media platform. 62% of teens say they've shared their social media username with a brand new friend as a way to stay in touch. Beyond making new friends, social media is a major way that teens interact with their existing friends. Given this, and the frequency with which many teens use social media, it is not surprising that teen social media users report that social media makes them feel better connected to their friends' feelings and to information about what is going on in their friends' lives. In conclusion, many people would argue that the popular use of social media from millennials and Generation Z limits our ability and decreases our motivation to socialize with peers offline. But the opposite actually reigns true. The more we socialize online, the happier we are and sometimes obligated to interact offline. Increased connection with peers online tends to increase connection offline when it's available. Connection over the internet only takes place when face-to-face is unavailable, making social media an advantage to this generation. Thank you.